So today I want to teach you how to install veneer stone. Today I want to walk you through the process step by step of how to install veneer stone. If this is your first time installing veneer stone, I promise you by the end of this video you will learn how to install veneer stone. With no further ado, let's dive right into the video. But before we jump into the video, as always, go ahead and give your boy Ryan a thumbs up and subscribe for more upcoming video like this one. Let's dive into it. Okay, so I have other video where I go through the process of how to install veneer stone onto plywood. Now this is a plywood installation that we're going to do here today. There's a few ways to do it. You could go over it and put wire mesh. Here it seems to me like they were planning to put stucco here before and they changed their mind. So you see, it looks to me like behind this is a styrofoam. They put their scratch coat, fiber mesh, and go over it and finish it off. So this is what it looks like here to me. Now this job that I'm doing, it's a job that it's a 26 here. Mason was doing this job here and he got kicked off the job. I don't know if he can't manage it, or you know, sometimes some homeowners are a little bit pickier than some. I like those ones, to be honest. I like the one that is, you know, picky, like their job to done a certain type of way. When I come across them, I like that because it helped me to tell my guys, listen me, work better, make sure we don't have to see anything, make sure homeowner or client don't have to call you out, you know, because normally they would probably be like, hey, Ryan is a little bit too miserable, he call out us and everything, oh, fix this, fix that. But when the client is a little bit picky, you know, it helps me to let them know that it's the client, it's not me. It's the client take the blame. So the client kicked this guy off. We're gonna have a separate video coming up where what he was doing at the time when the client be like, nah, I can't deal with this, and kick him off. So be sure to subscribe so when we upload that video you get notified. And be sure to hit the post notification bell as well so you get notified and you can come back and watch that video, so that way you know the bottom of the story, how this contractor got kicked off of this job site. Enough being said, let me show you guys how to install veneer stone. Now this is the stone that we're installing. It's a natural stone. It comes full. As you see here, the client get the manufacturer to cut it to size. You can see here it's not 100%, but it's a full stone, which should be like 3.5, and they cut it down to make it a veneer stone. The model that I'm using to install this is a model called Mapei. I'll put a link up over here on the screen. There's several models that some supplier would recommend. Some of them I don't like. Now if you're watching this video and you're a contractor like me, I would like you to go in the comment, leave the type of model that you use so that my viewers may see and, you know, probably try and see if it works better than this one that I'm using here, which is the Mapei. We're using some 1/4" trim. This particular stone that we're using here, we have to go with a 1/2 inch joint in order to match back up with the medium. So we have to put the 1/2 inch joint like this. So the joint is going to be the size of this in order to meet back with the medium stone. So it's very important for you to check just to see the size joint. You have to work to meet up back to the same size. Now if we were to go with, say for instance, the big size, it's a 3-dimension stone. We have a medium, I think it's a 4-dimension stone actually. We have a medium, small, a semi-medium, and then we have a jumbo, which would be the big one. So if you work with a 1/2 inch joint like what it called for here with the medium, all of your stone will meet and match back in line, just like you see we have it here. Whereas you see the big one come here, the semi-big come here, it meet back with the medium and the small. So if you work with the 1/2 inch, it will work just like you see we have it here. Now before we jump into the video, I want to go over and explain to you so that we have an understanding of what I'm going to do here, even though I'm still going to go through and show you to you as well. So usually when you're installing your stone, the biggest size stone would be the jumbo size stone, which would be this one. You don't want to go no higher than the jumbo size stone. So meaning right here, as you see, I have 2 medium on top of each other. You reach right up to the height of the jumbo stone. You have to put 1 across to break it. Now you can always work up This one here, you could put a small, and then once you put a small on top of this one, it will reach the same height as the jumbo, which would be this one, and then you have to break it. If you have two medium here, it would work out to be the same size or same height as the jumbo. Once you reach up to the same height, you have to put a stone across and break it. That's one of the rules of installing these type of stone. Now the next rule that we have here is to don't go no longer than 4 feet with your bed joint. Now the moment you reach 4 feet, you have to put a stone just like you see I did here and break this one. Now because this span here is less than 4 feet, you could go straight through just like you see I did with this one here. But ideally you want to try and break it up so that way the pattern looks good. Just like you see I have this one here, I put one here to break it so that way you can see more detail right here. Instead I go right through with this one, I put one right here, I break it, so on and so forth, just like here. So you want to try to break up your band as you go. Just bear in mind that your line, which would be the bed joint, don't need to be no longer than 4 feet. You could lay all stone. The moment you reach 4 feet, you put one right there, break it. Don't go no higher than the biggest size stone. If you take away anything from this video, make sure you take away those two main factors, because those are the things that I'm mainly going to explain to you right now by teaching you how to lay this stone. With no further ado, let's start the action. Mortar here, I have a small trowel. You want to mix your mortar to the consistency of a mayonnaise peanut butter consistency. I have a few videos explaining how to mix your mortar. You know, you want to add your water first, throw some of your mortar, mix that out, and keep on add until you reach the consistency of a mayonnaise peanut butter consistency. Alright, now we're going to start the process of installing our stone. Now you don't really have to do this that I'm doing right now. You don't have to back butter the wall. You could just stick it onto your stone and apply it straight onto your brick or your block or your cement board, whatever application you're installing the stone on. It's the same procedure you need to apply. Alright, so here we have around 3 feet, so I'm going to break this one by putting a medium right across. So just make sure that your stone is nice and clean. They're not extremely dry. Usually if they're extremely dry, you want to try and wet the back so you have a better adhesion to your stone. I'm going over my stone with a 1/2 inch coverage of mortar. Don't want to have too much mortar onto our stone. This one needs to come right out to the end so we can meet the one that's already there, so we can maintain the same level. Put that one down. You want to kind of push on it a little bit, that way we get a good adhesion to the wall. Now we're going to put another medium right beside that one. They'll have you one place. So right here I'm just gonna put a small piece to around there. Remember, the rule that we're following is just not to go no higher than you don't want to push your spacers under too much, because that way it can be a little bit hard for you to pull it out afterwards. Just barely, you know, catch it there. Once it's catch properly, you'll be good to go. So this looked to me like it's around 3 feet. Now we need to put a different size right here to break this from what it is now. Like I said, you don't have to do all of this back button that I'm doing here. you should be okay if you go straight over without back butter it. So right here I want to put a, you know what, before I do that, I'm going to put another piece like this one to come right over here. So I have a wire brush. If there's any dust or debris on the back of your stone, it's very important for you to completely move them before you put on your mortar onto your stone. So we're gonna change this small one here. Reason for that, you don't want to have your cross joint, you don't want to have this joint here no shorter than 4 inches. So this that we have here is around 3 inches. I need it to be a little bit more so that way you have a better tie to your wall. So what I'm gonna do here, instead of to move this big one, I'm just gonna remove this small one that's here and put a longer one there, so that way I can have my 4 inches extend over more. So just gonna do that. This way we can have so now we have more than 4 inches. We have about 5 inches there now. It's one of the rules that you have to follow. No shorter than 4 inches for you tie your cross joint. Okay, so right here now we can change this to a different size stone, because we need to break this bond here. It's almost 4 feet now, so we need to go up with a stone so this joint can't continue with the same line that's already there. To do that, I'm gonna put this one right there and move this out of the way so we don't make a mess on our stone. So right here it's calling for a medium. We're going to put a piece of medium right in there, and then we're going to start a new line. So as you look, you see this one here stop here, so it can't go any further. So we'll break this band here. We're going to put a small piece of medium and start a new line. And this new line that we start, we can go up to 4 feet with this line. Once you reach right here, this line is already close to 4 feet, so we have to put one right here and break this line. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a medium here, and after I put a medium, I'm going to put a small piece of small, probably right in here, or I just go up with another medium, because if I put a medium with this one, it's going to give me the same height as the big one, which would be the jumbo size. But let's put a medium piece right there. So how you mark your stone, you can use a tape, or you can just go close to the stone that's already there, because you want to make sure that both stones are in line with each other, so that way your job look professional. So we're gonna go with this stone, start with the edge of this one that's already there, and we're gonna just mark it right here to have the same 1/2 inch joint that we have with the bed joint. Now I want to show you guys how to cut this off. So to cut this, you want to have some form of diamond blade tool, some form of tool with a diamond blade. Here I'm using a saw. You can use an angle grinder for this as well, but I'm using a saw here today. So before you apply your mortar onto your stone, you always want to check by putting it there just to make sure that it's supposed to, or you have the right size. If you need to, you can recut it back, take off a small piece of it before you go ahead and install. It's going to be way more difficult for you if you install it and then afterwards you have to put another cut. So because I want to break this bond here, I'm going to put another medium right on top of this one here, and then this line will no longer as long as it is right now. So let's put a medium right on top of that one. At times you might find your stone is like this. You can work with it at times, but sometimes you also can get a hammer and just shape it up a little bit. Now if you lick it down, it's a possibility that you might break it, so you want to lick it straight way that way. You won't break the stone. You just shape it up a little bit. It's a natural stone, so we want to have it look as natural as possible. So even if you have it, you know, just like this, it's fine. Mortar will fill it up. Like I said, it's natural stone, so we want to have a natural look, right? So I'm not trying to have everything straight, as in cut everything 100% straight. Don't have to be like that. That's gonna go right there. So this line is no longer as it was before. Now all we have to do here, we can break this one if we want, or we can continue on with a small stone, but most likely if you get the gist. There you have it, guys. I don't want to join the video too long. Hope you get value from this video. If you do get value from this video, go ahead and give your boy Ryan a thumbs up and subscribe for more upcoming video like this one. Go over in the comment section and say hi to your boy Ryan. I'll come over there and meet you. See you in the next one. I have 2 videos up here for you. Pretty sure you'll learn something from them. Be safe out there.